The underwater world is home to a diverse array of marine life, each species exhibiting unique adaptations for survival. Among these fascinating creatures, poisonous fish stand out due to their extraordinary defense mechanisms and the potent toxins they harbor. These fish, found in various aquatic environments across the globe, have evolved to produce or accumulate toxins as a means of deterring predators, capturing prey, or competing for resources. Clownfish. It is no secret that on May 30th, 2003, when the movie Nemo came out, this little fish captured the attention of people around the world, including myself. Nemo was the cute name for the character back then, but the real name for this species is clownfish. This beautiful species is found in coral reefs in the tropical Pacific, the coast of Southeast Asia as far north as Japan, and Indian Oceans from the northwest. All clownfish are born male, and they may turn into a female when there is not a dominant female in the group. If she dies or disappears, the largest male will turn into a female, and the next male in the hierarchy will become the dominant male. As a general rule, clownfish gain immunity from poisonous anemones by copying the molecular structure from the tentacles and reproducing it over their scales as mucus, allowing the fish to go inside the anemone and not get stung. This is a slow process that is sometimes painful for the fish. Clownfish create a layer of mucus to protect themselves from the anemone's poison tentacles. This layer does not affect humans. If you were to touch it, you might remove this protective layer, leaving it vulnerable to anemone stings. Box jellyfish. The infamous box jellyfish developed its frighteningly powerful venom to instantly stun or kill prey, like fish and shrimp, so their struggle to escape wouldn't damage its delicate tentacles. Their venom is considered to be among the most deadly in the world, containing toxins that attack the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. It is so overpoweringly painful, human victims have been known to go into shock and drown or die of heart failure before even reaching shore. Survivors can experience considerable pain for weeks and often have significant scarring where the tentacles made contact. Box jellies, also called sea wasps and marine stingers, live primarily in coastal waters off northern Australia and throughout the Indo-Pacific. They are pale blue and transparent in color and get their name from the cube-like shape of their bell. Spotted trunkfish. The spotted trunkfish is a member of the family Ostracidae. It lives in reefs throughout the Caribbean, as well as the southwestern Atlantic Ocean. It gets its name from the black spots on its whitish or yellow-golden body. In Caribbean countries, it is colloquially known as the boxfish, cowfish, or shellfish. Because of the heavy armored scales, the spotted trunkfish is normally limited to slow movements, performed by rippling its dorsal and anal fins and gently beating its pectoral fins. If faster motion is required, it can additionally use the tail fin for propulsion. The spotted trunkfish, like all trunkfish of the genus Lactophrys, secretes a colorless toxin from glands on its skin when touched. The toxin is only dangerous when ingested, so there is no immediate harm to divers. Predators as large as nurse sharks can die from eating a trunkfish. Pufferfish. Biologists think pufferfish, also known as blowfish, developed their famous inflatability because their slow, somewhat clumsy swimming style makes them vulnerable to predators. In lieu of escape, pufferfish use their highly elastic stomachs and the ability to quickly ingest huge amounts of water and even air when necessary, to turn themselves into a virtually inedible ball several times their normal size. Some species also have spines on their skin to make them even less palatable. A predator that manages to snag a puffer before it inflates won't feel lucky for long. Almost all pufferfish contain tetrodotoxin, a substance that makes them foul-tasting and often lethal to fish. To humans, tetrodotoxin is deadly, up to 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide. There is enough toxin in one pufferfish to kill 30 adult humans, and there is no known antidote. Amazingly, the meat of some pufferfish is considered a delicacy. Called fugu in Japan, it is extremely expensive and only prepared by trained, licensed chefs who know that one bad cut means almost certain death for a customer. In fact, many such deaths occur annually. Lionfish. Lionfish are noted for their venomous fin spines, which are capable of producing painful, though rarely fatal, puncture wounds. The fishes have enlarged pectoral fins and elongated dorsal fin spines, and each species bears a particular pattern of bold, zebra-like stripes. When disturbed, the fish spread and display their fins and, if further pressed, will present and attack with the dorsal spines. One of the best-known species is the red lionfish, an impressive fish sometimes kept by fish fanciers. It is striped with red, brown, and white and grows to about 30 centimeters long. The red lionfish is native to South Pacific reef ecosystems. Yellow boxfish. The yellow boxfish is a species of boxfish found in reefs throughout the Pacific Ocean and Indian Ocean, as well as the southeastern Atlantic Ocean. As the name suggests, it is box-shaped. Boxfish are also known for their armored and rigid body, which in most cases would inhibit locomotion. When stressed or injured, it releases the neurotoxin tetrodotoxin from its skin, which may prove lethal to fish in surrounding waters. The bright yellow color and black spots are a form of warning coloration, aposematism, to any potential predators. Yellow boxfish are solitary animals. Breeding occurs during the spring, in small groups that consist of one male and 2 to 4 females. Giant moray. As the name suggests, the giant moray is a large eel, reaching up to 3 m in length and 30 kilograms in weight. Its elongated body is brownish in color. While juveniles are tan in color with large black spots, adults have black specks that grade into leopard-like spots behind the head. The giant moray mainly feeds on fish and occasionally on crustaceans. This moray eel was recently identified as natural predator of the lionfish in its native habitat in the Red Sea. A mature giant moray has few natural predators, although it may compete for food with reef-dwelling sharks. This species may be hazardous to people. Being at the top of the food chain, it has been known to exhibit biomagnification of harmful saguaro toxins. Eating a giant moray, especially the liver, can thus cause illness, coma, or even death. While this moray may bite if threatened, cornered, or in the presence of food, it is not usually aggressive. Scorpionfish. The scorpionfish, also known as stonefish or rockfish, are marine animals of the Scorpionidae family. These are fish that commonly live among rocks and corals. They have big heads compared with the rest of the body. They are generally protected by spines and fins that may or may not be venomous, depending on the species. Most scorpionfish venom is found on the spines of their dorsal fins, although some species also have venom on their ventral and anal fin spines. The scorpionfish is not aggressive and does not attack humans, nor does it run away. The sting occurs when the thorn breaks through the skin when touched. Despite their protection, scorpionfish are still victims of predators such as sharks, large snappers, and, on top of all, humans. They are appreciated in the kitchen. Weaver fish. Despite spending most of their life buried in sand, or because of it, the weaver fish sting is one of the most serious and venomous fish spine injuries to avoid. The poisonous weaver fish is most commonly found near the northern coastal areas of Europe. The main reason why weaver fish are dangerous is because they bury themselves in the substrate on the seabed, such as the sand, mud, or gravel of littoral and benthic zones. As a result, you will not be able to see them from above the water because they burrow into the sand to hide from their predators. A sharp, venomous dorsal fin stands proud above the sandy bottom. In fact, it's not uncommon to see several rows of vertical black, triangular spikes scattered along the bottom of the sea. In most cases, the only body parts left uncovered are the eyes and the tip of the fish's first black dorsal fin. Its venomous poison and proximity to sandy holiday beaches are what makes this a particularly dangerous fish around the coastal resort areas of the Mediterranean. Stingray. Stingrays are disc-shaped and have flexible, tapering tails armed, in most species, with one or more saw-edged, venomous spines. Stingrays inhabit warm temperate and tropical waters, sometimes in great abundance. They are bottom dwellers and often lie partially buried in the shallows. They lash their tails when stepped on, and large stingrays can exert enough force to drive their tail spines into a wooden boat. The spines cause serious, extremely painful wounds that, if abdominal, may result in death. Surgeonfish. Surgeonfish, any of about 75 species of thin, deep-bodied, tropical marine fishes of the family Acanthoridae, order Perciformes. Surgeonfishes are small-scaled, with a single dorsal fin and one or more distinctive, sharp spines that are located on either side of the tail base and can produce deep cuts. The spines, which resemble a surgeon's scalpel, may be either fixed in place or hinged at the rear so they can be opened outward and directed forward. Surgeonfish tend to ignore diverse and move away when approached. Their spines may cause deep penetrating wounds. The laceration from a surgeonfish is immediately painful and usually deep. It will actively bleed. It is rare to have symptoms beyond the laceration, but when it does happen, there can be nausea, muscle aches, and anxiety. Flower urchin. Like most echinoderms, the body of adult flower urchins is equally divided into identical segments around a central axis in multiples of 5. Unlike most other venomous sea urchins, flower urchins and related toxopneustids do not deliver their venom through spines. Instead, the venom is administered through the flower-like globiferous pedicellariae. If undisturbed, the tips of the globiferous pedicellariae are usually expanded into round cup-like shapes. They possess tiny sensors on their inside surfaces which can detect threats by touch and chemical stimuli. When agitated or brushed against by a potential threat, the pedicellariae will immediately snap shut and inject venom. The claws of the pedicellariae may also break off from their stalks and adhere to the point of contact, retaining the ability to continually inject venom for several hours. The potency of the pedicellarial venom is believed to be directly related to the size of the pedicellariae. Thus, individuals with larger globiferous pedicellariae are considered to be more dangerous than individuals with more numerous but smaller globiferous pedicellariae. If you encounter one, you might be left paralyzed. Cone snails. Cone snails typically use their venom to stun and devour the small fish and mollusks that they feed on, but that doesn't mean that humans are safe from their fatal grasp. Many an unwary diver swimming in the beautiful, crystal-clear waters of the Pacific Ocean has haplessly picked up a stunning shell from the sea floor only to be met with a toxic sting. While most people recover with no lasting harm, dozens of human deaths can be attributed to the tiny snail. And because cone snail venom contains a paralytic and works rapidly, some of its victims don't even know what hit them until they drop dead. The harmless-looking cone snail lives in a beautiful shell made of colorful brown, black, or white patterns that is prized by beachcombers. These predatory sea creatures use a sophisticated detection system to seek out prey. They feast on fish, marine worms, or even other snails if food is scarce, according to the Aquarium of the Pacific. Once the nose of a cone snail senses food nearby, the animal deploys a sharp proboscis, or a needle-like protrusion, from its mouth. Victims may not even feel the sting of the proboscis because the attack is instantaneous and the venom has paralytic, pain-killing properties. Blue-ringed octopus. Blue-ringed octopuses are undeniably stunning. When they are alarmed, these animals will show off the eponymous iridescent blue rings that cover their body and arms. But their adorably small size and Instagrammable appearance is deceptive. Blue-ringed octopuses are some of the ocean's most toxic animals. As their name suggests, these octopuses feature numerous blue rings on their bodies and arms. When alarmed or attacked, these animals quickly change color. They use muscles to make their blue patterns appear, displaying them on top of a yellow or cream-colored base with dark pigmented cells underneath the rings, which helps to intensify their color. The vibrant threat displays of blue-ringed octopuses aren't just for show. Symbiotic bacteria in blue-ringed octopus salivary glands produce tetrodotoxin. This substance is potently neurotoxic, blocking the transmission of nerve impulses. This stops muscles from being able to contract and has potentially deadly consequences. Some reports state that tetrodotoxin is over 1,000 times more toxic than cyanide. Xanthidae crabs. Despite the diversity of crustacean species, only a limited number of species are harvested for commercial or recreational uses. The blue swimmer and mud crabs are the most popular crab species found in seafood restaurants and fish markets. However, not all crabs are healthy to consume. A few actually bear poisonous doses. Many of the poisonous crabs belong to the family Xanthidae, which is the most diverse family of crabs in many areas and famous for their black-tipped claws. This genus contains 572 species in 133 genera, making it the largest crab family on the planet. They're also known as mud crabs, and their vivid colors set them apart. Some species in this family, which are found all along Australia's coasts, contain toxins that aren't often killed when the crab is fried. The two toxins present in these crabs, saxitoxin and tetrodotoxin, are potentially fatal to humans. Since crabs do not develop toxins of their own, they have symbiotic relationships with bacteria is most definitely the trigger. Since crabs lack the ability to deliver these poisons, poisoning only happens when people eat them. So, if you're not sure what kind of crab you're going to eat, the safest advice is to stop it. Would you risk getting up close with any of these? Let me know in the comments below. Also, check out my other cool stuff showing up on screen right now. See you next time.